All right, we'd like to welcome out Jason Levian, DC United Managing General Partner and CEO. Of course, we know our mayor, Mayor Bowser. Wayne Rooney, if you guys want to come up here. DC United forward, Wayne Rooney. DC United General Manager and Vice President of Soccer Operations, Dave Casper. Jason, I'll let you kick things off.
Thank you, Lindsay. This is really a seminal moment for our organization, and we believe for the district. 2 weeks from today, we're going to christen a new cathedral for soccer here in DC, Audi Field, that took many years and a lot of hard work to accomplish, and we're thrilled about that. Today, we are going to welcome a living legend, a soccer player who really needs no introduction, who's dominated the sport in so many ways and is going to bring an excitement level and a passion to our fans, to our growing fan base in the district. And there's so many people in this area that love the sport of soccer. Having the opportunity to see Wayne Rooney perform for DC United, to lead us on the pitch as we enter this new era, is really glorious. Now, I mentioned that Wayne needs no introduction, but I think it's fun to talk a little bit about what he's accomplished. The 5 Premier League championships, the Player of the Year award, the number of caps for England at a historic level, the 3 World Cup appearances. It's been an amazing career so far for Wayne Rooney. And when I've spent time with him over the past couple of months and talked about his hunger for the game, his love to lead, his love to win, and what he wants to accomplish in this chapter for DC United in Major League Soccer, it really became more and more exciting, and it became clear that this was not just an opportunity that fits so well for Wayne, but it was one that all of our fans here in Washington, D.C. are going to love and relish. So one thing I do want to mention right now is the lady to my left, who's been a tireless partner for us in building DC United, in growing not just our fan base, but our stadium, Audi Field, which we're going to introduce next week at another ceremony to talk about what an accomplishment that is. But I want to thank Mayor Bowser for her support, for her partnership in this key economic development in Buzzard Point, her love of sport, and her love of soccer. And we saw her out at RFK supporting us, and we cannot wait to see her out at Audi Field supporting us, getting behind Wayne Rooney and this exciting DC United team. So thank you very much, Mayor Bowser.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are just very excited. I want to give Jason Levian and the entire team at DC United a big round of applause. They deserve a lot of credit for having a vision for our team, for soccer in DC, for Audi Field. And I did not know that they had Wayne Rooney up their sleeve. And we were all excited and thrilled. Let's hear for Wayne Rooney, our newest member. It has been a tremendous month for sports fans in D.C. We started talking 3.5 years ago about cementing our place as a sports capital, in addition to being our nation's capital. We know that we have the best fans in the world and the best city in the world, and we're very pleased that our teams are making the key investments that they need to build on our championship city status. We know that D.C. United for years and years has made us a champion. And we're proud to have won the Stanley Cup in Washington, D.C. We think we have a World Series in our future as well. And we know that soccer and soccer fans are going to be incredibly supportive of D.C. United. So I wanted to be here to welcome Wayne Rooney and his family. Now, when you're mayor of Washington, D.C., Wayne, one thing that I do is I make proclamations. And so today, I will proclaim this day in Washington, D.C., Wayne Rooney Day. And for these reasons, after many seasons as the leading goal scorer with Manchester United and Everton in the United Kingdom, Wayne is a sensation, and he has signed with Washington, D.C.'s DC United. Wayne's arrival in the sports capital brings a palatable excitement to fans already buoyed by the soon-to-open Audi Field. With almost 500 matches, 208 goals, and many Player of the Year accolades behind him, we look forward to Wayne's adding more goals, games, and championships to his already impressive career. Born in Liverpool, we think Wayne Rooney and his family will feel right at home here in Washington, D.C., home to a diverse population of more than 700,000 people, where you can find a restaurant that offers classic British fare and mashed fish and chips and shepherd's pie. You name it, we have it. When stadium employees, fans, and press and teammates begin to fill into Audi Field for the first time, the energy coursing through the new home for DC United will be combined with the great excitement of Wayne Rooney's participation in our team. DC United fans here in DC and throughout our region anticipate following Wayne and watching him lead us to championships for years to come. So for all of those reasons, today in Washington, DC is Wayne Rooney Day.
All right, at this time, we're going to go ahead and open up the floor for questions. Oh, if you'll just wait for the mic, it's coming to you. There you go.
Hi, Wayne. Jim Slater with AFP. First of all, welcome to Washington. Secondly, I wanted to ask, what is it about MLS in general and DC United in particular that sort of made this the right fit at the right time, and what are some of those things you'd like to achieve here?
Well, I think, first of all, it's obviously an exciting league. I've watched the league from afar over the last few years, and having spoken to, obviously, Jason and a lot of people at the club over the last couple of months, I was excited by the project, the new stadium, the new training ground, the team, obviously a young team. We need to improve. I think that's clear to see. We have to improve and start getting better results. But I think there's talent in the team. And I think maybe with a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help on and off the pitch, I can help them and also they can help me. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a new challenge, a new culture, a new league to play in, new teammates, and I'm excited. So I'm excited for the first game, and I can't wait to get started.
Wayne, Dave Johnson, NBC4 and WTOP. It's been a whirlwind few days from your arrival at Dulles Airport. You even got to train with the Academy guys on Saturday. Can you just tell us what it's been like to process these last few days that lead you up to this point?
Yeah, it's been quite full on the last few days. Yesterday was the first day that I could relax and chill out and do nothing and watch a couple of the World Cup games. I watched New York Red Bulls v Toronto last night also. But no, I think I have to say, first of all, I want to thank the fans for the reception they gave me on my arrival into the airport. It was fantastic. I never expected it. And I appreciate that. And then obviously going into training, meeting the new staff. I've met all the staff at the training ground, meeting a few of the players. The team are obviously away for the game on Wednesday. But I've enjoyed it. I obviously have a tough week, a tough 10 days ahead to try and get myself, get more fitness into myself before the first game, and I'm looking forward to it. As I said before, I think new challenge, new staff, new everything is new to me. The new city, new place to live. So it's new, but I need to embrace it. I will embrace it, and it's a challenge for me, and I look forward to that challenge.
Ian?
Wayne, Ian Quillen, MLSsoccer.com. I remember earlier in your career when you came up through Everton, your manager at the time, David Moyes, said the club wasn't quite ready for a player of your caliber. You went to Manchester United, you obviously won a lot of titles and trophies there, but it was also a club that had kind of had that history. Now that you come here, is there a different kind of opportunity in terms of establishing a legacy and kind of being associated with, you know, a catalyst of some sort at this club?
Yeah, well, I think the club has got great history. It's been tough over the last few years, and the club needs to get back to you know, it doesn't need to look back at the history which it's already got. It needs to try and create more history. And you know, as I've said many times, I'm not here to, you know, see out my last few years of my career. I'm here to compete. I'm here to win, and that's the way I've always played. It's the way I'll always play. And you know, even on the training pitch, yesterday there was a few of the academy players, and the first day I had to go with them for we were doing running and not running as hard as they should have, and that's on the first day. So I've always set high targets. I demand a lot from myself, and I expect that from my teammates as well. So yeah, and I think I have to adapt to however the club is run. I'm not going to come in and say I want this change and I want that change, and I'll adapt to the way the club is run, and embrace it, and I look forward to doing that.
Yes.
Ian Napier, ITV News. How does it feel to watch England in the World Cup as a spectator rather than a player? Would you be a bit gutted to miss it if we win?
No, I'd be delighted if we win. And I think that question is unfair, to be honest. I think you're asking me if I'd be gutted if England win a World Cup. I'm from England, I'm an England fan, and I want England to win, so I don't think the question is a good one.
What do you think about how England are getting on?
Yeah, I think they're doing well. I think I said a couple of years ago after Euro 2016, the team, we need to be patient with this team because they have a lot of young players, and I think no matter what happens now in the World Cup, whether we go on and win it, whether we go out tomorrow, I believe the country needs to get behind England and support the players, because the future's bright, and whether it's this tournament or whether it's in the next Euros or the next World Cup, there's a real buzz about the team, and I think we all have to get behind them and give them our support.
Do you think this year could be the year?
I hope so. I think obviously a tough game tomorrow, but the team seems to be playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of energy, and a lot of freedom. So hopefully if we do that, then we can go on and win it. But I think obviously the important game is tomorrow. Thank you.
It's right here.
Hi, Adela Stilesheva, VOA News. How does it feel like leaving your childhood club, Everton, for the second time?
Okay, it's football. I think, you know, Everton is a club I grew up supporting. I was grateful and delighted to go back there last summer. But in football, you never know what's around the corner, and yeah, I've made the decision to come here, and I'm sure there is a lot of questions on why I left Everton, and I'm sure the people who want to know can ask Everton Football Club and let them answer it. But I made the decision to come here, and I'm delighted to be here. As I keep saying, I'm obviously excited, and just looking forward now to the first game.
Vinny?
Dave, Wayne's used to dealing with pressure. I just wonder then, what are the club's expectations on him? Can you spell them out for us, please?
Well, as a starting point, he's in his preseason now, and he has to get fit. That's the first, foremost point. In 100-degree heat to boot, so we welcome him some summery DC weather. But really, the focus is the first match, July 14th, when we open up Audi Field. That's what Wayne's focused on. That's what the club's focused on, getting him prepared, getting him ready. The team is in LA right now. He really hasn't had a chance to meet and bond with his teammates. He'll do that this Friday when the team returns from that trip. And from that moment on, we press forward and we focus on Saturday night, July 14th.
Yeah. No, to be honest, it's been okay. It's obviously hot, but I think the one thing which I was concerned about was whether it'd be difficult to breathe in the humidity. But in the sessions I've had, it's been fine. So of course I'll have to adapt and hopefully get used to it. But it's been okay so far.
Moises?
Wayne, Moises Linares for Telemundo and NBC Washington. I'm sure you're aware that you're coming to one of the most decorated teams in Major League Soccer, but also one that's been the worst in MLS for the past few years. What are your expectations during your time here? Have they told you if somebody else is going to come to support you, or are you going to be the guy leading this team during the next 3.5 years?
I'm sure there's more players going to come in. Hopefully that's the case anyway. We want to keep trying to build on the team. And as I said before, I know it's been a tough few years for the club, but the club's moving in the right direction, I think. The league has got better, and I think the club's realised that, and we have to improve if we want to be successful again, and I believe that's what the club is trying to do. Of course, with the new stadium coming, the training ground, which all look fantastic. But in order for the club to move forward, then we will need to bring a few more players in, and I'm sure the manager and the owners are looking at that and looking at players who they can bring in.
Right here.
Harry Horton, Feature Story News. I've got a question for each of you. For Dave, could you just talk us through the logistics of the transfer, how that came about? I mean, I know it lasted for about a month or so. Right. Who approached who first, and was there ever any moments where you weren't confident the transfer was going to go through? And then for Wayne, I'm just curious as to why you were attracted to Washington as a city. So aside from DC United and aside from all the things that you might get from the club, what was it that made you decide you wanted to move here with your family and live in Washington?
We made the first approach to Wayne several months ago. It was a long process, but a very smooth process. I want to thank Paul Stretford, a top professional, very easy to work with on some days. But in the end, he had the best interest of Wayne, from Jason Levian and Sam Porter, who was our lead negotiator in Major League Soccer. We have a team working there. We put our minds together, and we got it done. So it was a very professional process and a very smooth process. And I believe we all felt at the end of the day that this was going to get done because Wayne was our #1 priority in this upcoming market. And we were told, and from Wayne directly, when he was here in Washington in May, that he was all in, on this project and wanted this to get done. So we were confident we could get all the little details finalized. So we're thrilled to have concluded this deal.
Yeah, I think I've been to a few different states in the US, and it seemed like the right fit to bring my family up. And obviously with the project of DC, and I looked into the area, and I wanted to come over and have a look around to see it obviously first. I've been here before, but I wanted to have a look around to see it firsthand, and it just seemed like the right place where my family can move over, go to school, the children, and have a nice upbringing. Here, I've been to you know, places like LA, New York, and it's too hectic. It's like London for me. I've never fancied going to live in London. I need my own space to get away from things when I need to, and DC seemed to, Washington seemed to give me that opportunity to do that.
All right, this concludes our Q&A. We'll go ahead and have Jason, if you don't mind coming back to the stage. Dave and Wayne will have you stand right here, and we'll do a quick photos. If we'll let video take the photo first, get the shot first, so photographers stay down. Can we flip it to the back? Jason, flip the jersey. There we go. Okay, we appreciate you guys coming out today. That concludes our press conference. There will be media availability in a mix zone just out in the hallway, so Wayne will join you there in just a few moments. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Hang on. And then Wayne, flip it too.